Guys, in this video, we want to look at crude death rate. So under mortality rates, you have crude death rate. It is a very crude one. So basically, how do you define crude death rate? Crude death rate is the number of deaths divided by the population. Okay, number of deaths in that year divided by the population that year, right? So you will say number of deaths divided by the mid-year population. You can take the population at the mid-year level and divide by 1000. So it will be number of deaths for 1000 population. Okay. Currently for India, what is it? There are 6.2 people dying for every 1000 population. This is crude. You don't know the age of these people who are dying. You have no idea about the what else of the cause. You don't know anything. So here you are summarizing two things: the age. You're putting all the age specific death rates. You're putting it together, and population composition. You're adding everything, men, women, everything. You're adding, and you're getting a crude death rate. Okay. Currently, what is it in India? 6.2 per 1000 population. Very good. So this is a very simple one, but it will not allow you to compare with other countries. So you can say that crude death rate is more in Japan or something, but the aging population could be more there, right? So it can you cannot actually compare unless it is age specific. If you take age specific death rate, you can compare, but this one you can actually not use it for comparison that easily. So guys, so crude death rate is not so great, right? So you have a lot of other death rates like age specific death rate, etc. But even this age specific death rate, they are not happy. Okay. So there is something called a standardized death rate. So this is also called as adjusted death rate. So they will correct it for age, sex, place, occupation, exposure, everything. For this, what they will do, they will apply for some standardization. There is direct standardization and indirect standardization. Okay. Two things are there that you need to know. We are not going to the details here. So for standardized death rate, you have direct standardization that you can apply or indirect standardization. Direct standardization means what they are doing. WHO has defined something called a standardized population. Okay, they have defined the standard population. You take that. To that standard population, you apply whatever values you got. For example, here, you have look at this. This is the specified population, standard population. This is the age specific death rate you got for 0 to 1 years. 15 is your age specific death rate. So you apply this 15 per 1000. You apply it for the standard population which WHO has given, right? And you will get some expected death. Okay. So you will get this as the total expected deaths that they have divided it by the standard population, total standard population. They've got some death rate as 6.56. Okay. Did you understand, guys? So crude death rate they got is 8.3 earlier. Now when they have applied it to the standard population, okay, they have got it as 6.56. You saw this is direct standardization, okay. So you should understand here that the choice of the standard population is kind of arbitrary, right? Here there is something a little more complicated which they are explaining. Some age groups are there and they are taking the total, they've taken the together and created a standard population and they are applying some standardization. We are not going to the details of this. Then the other way of standardization is age, indirect age standardization. Under this, the standardized mortality ratio, this one they really looks like. And then there is something like other standardized techniques. Let us look at the standardized mortality ratio, SMR. So just remember this formula, guys. Observed death divided by expected deaths into 100. Okay. There are some other standardization techniques. Look at, please understand, we are not going to the details of any of this. So as crude death rate was not allowing you comparison, even age specific death rate was not allowing comparison. You want to have all factors taken into account, like not just age. You take the genders, place, occupation, exposure. You take everything into consideration, and then you get the standardized death rate, so you can compare. That's it. Bye bye.